Hey, Josiah, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So talk a little bit about this rivalry, what it means to you. You've been here a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give us a little lowdown on it.
No, yeah. I mean, I think it's one of the best traditions in football, USC versus UCLA. I think those games are always just a lot of high intensity going into those games. Electric, man. I mean, it's just always great to play that team and just the energy that it brings for that week and just everything that comes with it. They beat us last year, obviously, so we're looking to try to get the bell back this week and just handle our business, go out there, execute, do what we know we can do, and go out there and handle business, yeah.
Are you one of the guys who was like watching this rivalry game growing up on TV, like maybe seeing it in person?
Oh yeah. I've been to a lot of UCLA games growing up, so this is like it's really surreal for me. I think like the first game that I was ever here, it was just really surreal just to be a part of it and just growing throughout the years, going back and forth with them. It's just been awesome. I mean, it's a cool experience. It's something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. But also, I don't want a participation trophy. Like we're competitive too, so I want to go out there and handle business the way we know we can.
What's like your earliest memory of seeing one of these games?
I went with my Pop Warner teammate, Troy Gallatin. It was probably like when I was 12 maybe, and he had an extra ticket and brought me and my dad, or two extra tickets, and brought me and my dad, and we went out there and watched the game. It was really cool. It was just awesome. That was probably the first time I actually went to go see it, and it kind of just got me excited for it. And then me and my dad and my family started going a couple times after that too. Yeah.
With this being the final time the rivalry happens in the Pac-12, is there any kind of like added sense of finality to it in that sense?
I don't think it's too much of that, just because I mean they're still joining us when we go next year to the Big 12. So I mean I don't think it's gonna be too crazy. But we're still gonna have that rivalry with them. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and seeing the games after I'm out of here. But I definitely am trying to even up my record with them. I think I'm 2-3. I guess I'm right now, so gotta even it up before I get out of here.
When you think about the offense in general the last couple weeks, I think going back to the Stanford game, the production's dipped as far as scoring. Is there anything specific that maybe stands out as a common thread that's kind of led to some of the inconsistency on offense?
No, I think we just have to do a better job of executing. I think that every week we have a game plan, have to go out there. I mean, we really stress just doing your job. Obviously, as receivers, we have our specific job, but we can go out there and affect the game in the way that we can. So every time we run a route, we need to get open. Every time we get a ball thrown out, we need to catch it. And that's just something that we have to be very keen on every week, and just know that we have to go out there, execute, do our jobs, but also bring our teammates up with us in the same sense. Like, we all have that general feeling of going out there, doing your job, executing. And I think that's just been kind of the vibe around here, just making sure we do our job every week and just like do it to the best capability we can.
Is there anything to say about, I guess, the mental aspect then? That, you know, obviously slow starts have been something that's kind of plagued the team lately. I mean, are there any mental roadblocks that you guys have to maybe get past as you guys try to put up more points?
I wouldn't say there's anything mentally that we really are fighting through. I think that it's just in terms of just executing. I think we have a very strong mentally team, actually, and I think that it just comes down to just the details, the small things, just really executing every individual play that we have and making sure we do what we're coached to do all the time. And I think that that's just going to be a big part of our identity this next week.
Kyle Ford obviously came from SC. He's spoken highly of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Do you sense any ambivalence from him?
No. I mean, Kyle's a really competitive guy. I mean, obviously he had some time over there, and now he's with us. I think that I think it's really going to be fun. Fun for him to play them as well, just because he knows so many guys. I think what people don't realize is there's so much more competitive nature when you play someone that you know, just in terms of just like the competitive nature of just like knowing them, growing up with them, things like that. It's gonna make you play sometimes even harder sometimes. I mean, and I think that I sense that on Kyle. He's one of the most competitive guys on the team, honestly. So I think that he's really gonna bring that energy for us, and he's one of the leaders of our room. Really gets us amped up. So I think we'll be fine in that aspect.
He seems really honest too.
Yeah,
Like, how does that kind of come in handy?
No, it's definitely good for the group. Just in terms of being honest, and sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need honesty to grow. I think sometimes if you hold your tongue and just let things like kind of fester a little bit, it's not good. It's not good for the program. We can't really grow from that. I think there's so many different things we can learn from each other. And I think that's been great for us. It's just talking through things, working through things, because obviously we're not at the place where we want to be right now, but there's only 2 more games left that we can control right now, and we just have to go out there and do what we can do and just control what we can control. I mean, we want to go out there and just finish our last 2 games, and right now we're focused on SC, so gotta handle that first.
Has Kyle helped you at all scouting?
SC?
Yeah.
I'm not sure in terms of that. I mean, I think that he's obviously been there for a while, so he's a lot of knowledge. I don't know if he's been doing any game plan stuff. I've only seen him in our meeting rooms really for the most part. But I'm sure if they had any questions, they probably could ask him about it.
Yeah, but did he give the wide receivers any kind of clue into, let's say, USC's defensive backs, tendencies?
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, obviously he knows some of them. So yeah, we talk about that in terms of that, just between the players, you're saying, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So we talk about that. We have a great staff that puts together like really good scouting reports too. Obviously it's different because he actually practiced with them, so he knows certain things that obviously you might not be able to see all the time on film. So it's good to have that in our arsenal, I guess. But at the end of the day, I mean, we're playing nameless, faceless opponents. Like that's a really great team over there. But at the end of the day, we just have to execute, do what we can do best, and handle our business.
With USC having moved on from Alex Grinch 2 weeks ago at this point, does that at all change your kind of defensive or game planning for their defense, just because it's kind of maybe a little different?
Good question. I think that since they've only had this new DC for a week now, I think we're still kind of just focused on all the film that we can. I mean, there's nothing that we are gonna like lose from watching all of the film that we can. I think that they have a lot of great players over there. You can always study on tendencies, things like that you can always just learn. I mean, one of the great things about this program is we really emphasize film study and things like that. So we always just take great detail in doing that. So I think there's stuff to learn from all of the film, honestly. So we'll be looking at a lot of it.
Some more generalized questions, but do you guys watch film every day? Is that like a daily thing, or do you guys do like film primarily, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
It's basically every day we're watching film. Yeah, I mean, if it's not with the coaching staff, it's with the receivers and the quarterbacks, and if it's not with that, it's just like individually. I mean, we have our own like iPads, and we are able to watch film whenever we can. So I mean, a lot of guys are just big on that throughout the week. Yeah.
They can keep track of how much film you watch, how much you log in, and everything.
Yeah, they can.
Do you have a minimum quota of like I have to watch 6 hours of film?
No minimum quotas. But we're good about it. I don't think there's no tracking. I mean, I think that it's good. Just I mean, we're grown adults, so it's good for us to kind of just take responsibility in doing that, and it just shows how much you care about the game, honestly. So we do definitely stay on top of that, and we watch together as a group too all the time, after practice, and at night sometimes too, after walkthroughs, things like that.
Today was a shorter practice, right? What do they encourage you to do on days where you spend less time, like actually at practice together?
Right. Yeah. Watch film is a big watching film is a big thing. Really big on recovering. We have a great medical staff down there that just helps us recover after every practice. Because I mean, it's a shorter day, but we're still working like really hard out here. Very high tempo days, lots of running. So I mean, we have to make sure we're on top of our recovery, on top of our hydration, all of that. Watching film, and just make sure we stay on top of everything.
Thanks, Josiah.